Hi, this is Steve, your emotional coach at thekellerhealingartscenter.com. I want to talk to you today a bit about Dr. Alex Lloyd's book, The Healing Codes. My personal friend and mentor, Dr. Cheryl Townsley, and her husband Forrest recommended it to me. And pretty much when they recommend anything to me and they say it's working, I just go out and buy it. So I downloaded it onto my Nook, read the book, well, honestly, kind of skimmed the book because I was familiar with a lot of the concepts behind it and wanted to get right to the technique of it, and found it to be very effective. And this short video is not only kind of a review on the book, a little bit of an explanation for it, some suggestions on how to optimize the results you're going to get, and a quick kind of how-to for my personal coaching clients, because I'm going to customize some healing codes for them, and this is a short video on how to apply what I'm going to do for you in our coaching session and the customized healing codes you're going to get. First of all, kind of what is the healing codes? It's somewhat similar to something we have been using a bit. This book is called Feelings Buried Alive, Never Die, and part of this that book was a prayer really asking God to go to the source of different physical and emotional issues and heal it. And it just incorporated a prayer, and it required you to be fairly self-aware as to what you really were feeling, so that you could say the prayer to heal that specific thing. The healing codes is somewhat similar, but what it does is it also incorporates a very specific, not only a prayer, but a conscious application of really applying, an energetic healing, you might call it, consciously praying for and applying energy to 4 different healing spots on your body with the intention of neutralizing whatever the problem is. Okay, here's kind of a very basic explanation. Okay, so if this happens to be the cellular memory or the frequency of the cellular memory or the thoughts, beliefs, physical problem, whatever that's causing you your physical issues or the emotional trauma that you're dealing with in your life, okay? If we can accurately bring something else into the picture that mirrors it, what you're going to find out is the thing that you bring in, the healing code, we call this, will cancelize and neutralize that. Now, the problem is if, number one, you're not really sure what the problem is, or you're fairly aware of what the problem is, but the application that you bring into it isn't accurate, then you don't get the effective cancellation of it. And I know that's a very brief explanation, but the book is, and it's not designed to be a very good exact description of what's going on in the book, because just buy it and read it, you'll enjoy it. The book, if you're doing it on your own without coaching, does require you to be fairly self-aware of what the issue is that's going on for you, so that you can apply a proper prayer to it, and fairly intuitive to what to replace it with. As you're doing this prayer, you're going to say affirmations or customized affirmations designed to counter whatever the issue is that's going on. Now, some of the people who read this book or watch this video, you're pretty good at that, you know. You're very aware of what's going on for you physically, emotionally, and you're also aware what you should replace it with, okay? For you, this book's going to be a great resource because you're going to be able to take the book and apply it very quickly to your life with some great results. For others of you, it's going to be kind of a hit or miss thing. I would draw somewhat of a parallel with, say, for example, using EFT. A lot of people are very good at using EFT, which is tapping, where you are aware of what the issue is, and then are you replacing it as you tap on different parts, you're replacing it with something to counter that, okay? The problem with EFT, though, is that it does require an educated guessing, really. Some people are really good at that, but some people try it and they're like, okay, that's not working for me. Personally, what I've always found when I do coaching for people, that's very, very helpful to be extremely accurate. The more accurate you can be, the faster and more dramatic results you can get. I've certainly been experiencing quite a bit of that with my coaching clients, mostly because using muscle testing, I'm able to be extremely accurate with what the issue is and also extremely accurate on how to fix it very quickly. And I use a number of different techniques to do that. Now, just a brief how-to on the healing code for my clients. Actually, first, my perspective, I do like the healing codes. It's going to be very popular for people who have a Christian worldview because the authors themselves are openly Christian. And honestly, a lot of Christians get very uncomfortable with the whole quantum physics healing stuff because they think it's maybe a little weird, maybe a little dangerous. But when the authors of this book are very upfront in terms of their Christianity and that they believe God inspired them to do this, it's going to be a lot more popular with Christians. My niche has always been to be able to take all this quantum physics and this energy healing and come at it from a more Christian perspective. I've gone to Bible school. I'm very familiar in my own family with seeing people prayed for and being healed. My own children, 10, 11, and 12, are used to actually laying hands on people and seeing them get healed of various things. It's just we're comfortable with that. And personally, I'm also comfortable with playing around with some other things from a maybe a little more scientific perspective. So the healing code starts with this prayer. You just say, I pray that all known and unknown negative images, unhealthy beliefs, destructive cellular memories, and all physical issues related to whatever your issue is, would be found, open, and healed by filling me with light, life, and love of God. I also pray that the effectiveness of this healing will be increased 100 times or more. So then what you do is there's 4 healing points right here. You've got it by your Adam's apple, okay, where your jaw kind of ends here, and right a little bit back and up in your temples, okay? And you consciously pray, you don't put your fingers right on, maybe 2 or 3 inches off, and you consciously pray for 6 minutes total, about 30 seconds per point. And as you're praying it, you're consciously saying an affirmation that's supposed to deal with this particular issue. If you're fairly aware, you can feel the energy coming off your hands and going into those different spots, okay? Couple suggestions. It's like, how do you keep track of the time? I use something called online-stopwatch.com. You just go in there, set a countdown timer. I like to listen to something while I'm doing it. You can go to Pandora, for example. I have a Pandora station, Pachelbel's Canon D, which is very relaxing, or some relaxing piano music. Also, I find it very effective to use a brain entrainment audio, which is music that has a certain frequency built in that's trained to change the frequency your brain's vibrating at. And that really kind of goes along with the healing moves as you're doing it. Anyways, so 6 minutes total, sorry for the wind, 30 seconds at each spot. And if you're one of my coaching clients, I've customized what to do it on and what to replace it with. Personally, for me, my example is I've just moved to Florida. I've had a lot of stress in my life. Finally, I'm at a place where I should be able to start moving forward on rebuilding some businesses I have and different things. But I found myself feeling very stuck, having a bit of the blues emotionally, and wasn't really sure how to deal with it, even though I have a lot of tools that I can use that should be effective at that. So when I got this book, I said, this is the solution for me. So what I did is I have been conscious of this feeling of disconnection when I thought about really what I wanted, that I would feel just kind of a, that I wasn't connected to trying to go for it, okay? So I sat down and I muscle tested myself using a couple different sheets as options on, okay, what is it that I should use the healing code on, and how would we describe it? And what I came up with was two descriptions, one unworthy and one of transcendence. And kind of dialing in a little bit more on that, what I realized was that I was feeling unworthy of the ability to transcend from where I currently was to where I wanted to be, okay? Understanding here's where I'm at in my life in different areas, but there's where I want to be, okay? But I feel I can't get from here to there. And so what I did is I started using the healing codes and replacing it with scripture as I'm going through that. And very quickly, in a day or two, even really the next day, felt that I snapped out of that and I was able to start taking action towards creating really a few things that I wanted to in life. Anyways, so that's an example. If you watch this video and would like me to do some customized healing codes for you, I'm happy to do that. Just use the contact information here and get a hold of me. I hope this video is helpful. Thanks.